Okay, today's lesson is on parallel lines, transversal, alternate interior, alternate exterior, and consecutive interior. And we are going to solve. We're going to name the angle pair. Then we're going to write the equation and solve for x. And then the third thing is we're going to solve for each angle measure, just like we did last week with our other three angle pairs. Remember that there is a screenshot or PDF of this attached in School Loop. Or you can write it on another sheet of paper. So realize you can always do that. So let's get started. I'm going to look at the first one, and I'm going to really look at my transversal. So my transversal is here, and I see that the angles are on opposite sides of the transversal. So I know that it's going to be alternate. And then the angles are on the outside. So alternate exterior is the angle relationship. I know that those are congruent, so the formula that I'm going to use is A equals B, because angle equals angle. And then I'm just going to substitute the angles in for the equation. So 12x plus 15 is equal to a negative 5 plus 14x. And then we're going to solve that equation. Middle of my equation is equal sign. I'm going to draw a little line. And then I'm going to realize that I need to get all my x's on one side. So I'm going to subtract 12x from here and from here because they are like terms. That cancels out. You get a 15 is equal to a negative 5. And then 14x minus 12x would be a positive 2x. And then I'm going to add 5 here and add 5 here. And you get 20 is equal to 2x. And then I'm going to divide by 2. And you get x equals 10. So I have written my equation, I have solved for x, and now the third step, the last step, is I'm going to substitute back in to determine the value of the angles. So 12x plus 15 would be 12 times 10, because we know x equals 10, plus 15. 12 times 10 is 120, plus 15 would be 135 degrees. Now, as I look up here, that makes sense because it is an obtuse angle, and it needs to be greater than 90 degrees. When I look at the second one, I have a negative 5 plus 14x. So a negative 5 plus 14. Instead of the x here, I'm just going to put a 10 because I know that x is 10. So a negative 5 plus 14 times 10 is 140. Negative 5 plus 140 is 135 degrees. They are congruent and they are equal, so we know we're right. I'm going to have you try number 2. I'm going to do number 3 as an example. Again, I'm going to highlight my transversal. Realize that the angles are on opposite sides of the transversal, so the angle pair relationship has to start with alternate. And they are on the inside, so alternate interior in this case. They are congruent, so A equals B. And then I'm going to write them into the equation. 10x equals 9x plus 7. I'm going to solve that equation. Equal sign's the middle. So subtract 9x, subtract 9x. 10x minus 9x is 1x equals 7. So x equals 7, and I've solved for my variable. Now I'm going to substitute in and figure out what my angle measurements are. So 10x is 10 times 7, which is 70. 9x is 9 times 7 plus 7. So 9 times 7 is 63, plus 7 would be 70. So again, they are congruent. Does it make sense? Well, 10x is on an acute angle. It's an acute angle right here. So yeah, that would make sense. They're less than 90 degrees. I'm going to, again, allow you to do, or have you do number 4, while I move on to number 5. And I'll even slide it down so you can see 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. There are 8 questions today that you're going to do. I'm going to do 3. You're going to do 5. So the last one, I'm going to highlight my transversal again. See that they are on the same side. So in this case, they can't be alternate. So they're going to be consecutive and interior, because they're on the inside of the parallel lines. Consecutive interior angles, we have an acute angle here and an obtuse angle here, so they are supplementary. A plus B equals 180. So I'm going to take my angle measurements and I'm going to add them together. So x plus 57 is the first angle, and I'm going to add that to x plus 137, which is the second angle, and that's going to equal 180. Then I'm going to solve this. The way you solve this equation, you combine like terms. So x and x are like terms. When you add them together, you get 2x. 57 and 137, those are like terms. When you add those together, you get 194, and that equals 180. If you were to plug in a calculator 57 plus 137, it would equal 194. So now we have this equation, 2 more steps and we're done. We're going to subtract 194 from both sides. They cancel here. You get 2x is equal to a negative 14. Divide by 2, x equals negative 7. Remember, it's okay to have a negative value for x, but you can't have a negative value for what we do with our angles. So let's go over and see if the negative value works for us. So you have x plus 57 as the first one, so I'm going to go negative 7 plus 57. Negative 7 plus 57 is 50 degrees. Yeah, that's an acute angle, so that makes sense. Then I have x plus 137, so negative 7 plus 137. Negative 7 plus 137 would be 130 degrees. And that makes sense because this is an obtuse angle. And then if you were to add 50 plus 130, you would get 180. So we know that we're right because we did say that we would add them together to equal 180 degrees over here. So those are the answers for question number 5. And then I'm going to have you try 2 and 4 and 6 and 7 and 8. Bring them to class tomorrow. And if you have any questions, if you're really not sure, why don't you watch the video again, watch it with your parents, watch it with somebody who may be able to explain it if you're really not getting it. Have a great night. Talk to you later.